Hmm. You were absent. Okay. Alvina, you tell me. Nabiha, can you tell me what is the last thing that you've written in the previous class? Nabiha, are you there? Abdul Kavi, are you there in the class?
Yes, I'm there, ma'am.
Yes, what is the last thing you people have written in the previous class? Tell me. Students, switch on your videos. Switch on your videos, everyone.
Ma'am, I have camera issues. I can't switch off my camera. It's
What about others? Please switch on your videos. Come on, quickly. Class, switch on your videos. What about others? Abdul Kavi, Saida, Alvina, come on, switch on your videos.
Ma'am, we need to start after respiration.
Okay, switch on the video. Your mic and camera both are not working, Abdul Kavi. I don't understand this. Alvina, you switch on your video. Come on, quickly. Only one student listened to me, Aisha, and that is it. No one else. No one else is switching on their videos, nor they are speaking. I don't know why you people are behaving like this, students. Yes, what is the last thing that we discussed in the previous class? We were doing the control. You people don't even know this, what we have discussed in the previous class.
Ma'am, I was absent.
Yeah, I understand about you. You were absent. Those who were
Ma'am,
present,
even I was absent.
everyone was absent. Okay, tell me this thing, life processes is done or not? The chapter, it's completed?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then we'll talk about control and coordination. We are starting the new chapter. For those of you that were not there in the class, for you also, and those of you that were there in the class, this is for you also. Okay, Saida, switch back your video. Come on, switch it back on. Yes. All right. Now, control and coordination is the aspect with which we can actually do all the activities that we are able to do. So, every single activity that we can do, it's because of our control and coordination of our body. Now, before we discuss this chapter in depth, first let us understand the few topics or the few important terms. Now, the first is the stimulus. But students, as far as I remember, I have given you the homework also for this topic. Just 1 second. Let me just check. Can't find it. Anyway, we're going to start this chapter, that is control and coordination. Now, before we talk more about this particular chapter, let us first discuss about the important terms of this chapter. The first important term is a stimulus. Now, stimulus is the agent or it is the sudden change in the external or internal environment which causes a change in the organism or a change in the organism's body part. That is what we call as the stimulus. Now, for example, if you are standing and I come behind you and pat your back, so you will understand that okay, someone is patting my back. So that pat that I'm giving you on the back, it is actually a stimulus that I'm providing. Same way, the stimulus can be provided from inside the body also, and it can be provided from the outside also. Now, talking about the response. Now, the change which is produced as a result of the stimulus, that is known as a response. The change in the organism resulting from a stimulus is known as the response. Then the receptors. Okay, now we know that we can feel the stuff around us. We can feel when somebody holds our hand or someone pats on our back. We can feel all of this. Why? Because receptors are present inside our body. Now, what these receptors do is that they initiate the nerve impulse. And what they do, impulse means the signal. So these receptors, they start a signal and this signal goes to the central nervous system. This signal goes to the central nervous system. Now this central nervous system, it consists of the brain and it consists of the spinal cord. So the central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord, and these receptors, they initiate the signal and they send the signal to the brain and the spinal cord after the stimulus has been received. So that is what a receptor do. Then comes effectors. Now effectors are the muscles or the glands in the body. Now, if they are the muscles, so they will contract. If they are the glands, so they will secrete the substances. So, whenever the impulse is received from the central nervous system, the effectors, they act upon. And the effectors can be muscles or they can be the glands. Now, talking about the components of the central nervous system. So, our central nervous system has two major components. The first component of our central nervous system is the brain, and then there is the spinal cord present. Now, what happens is that these two are extremely important for the conduction of impulses. They are very, very important, and because of them, we are aware of our surroundings. Clear, students? Any doubts up until now?
No.
All right. Okay, now moving forward, what happens? We should know what are the various functions of our nervous system. Like what do they do? What is the function that they perform and everything? So our nervous system is very important. Now, why is it important? It is important because it is responsible for keeping us informed about the outside world with the help of the sense organs, that is the eyes, nose, ears, and skin and tongue. These are our five sense organ, and because of this sense organ only we can actually be informed about the surrounding around us. Then the nervous system is responsible for the control of the voluntary activities, meaning the running, the walking, meaning all the activities that are under our control. Those activities are known as voluntary activities. So the nervous system, it is responsible for controlling the voluntary activities. Now, apart from that, the nervous system is also responsible for the conduction or you can say regulation of involuntary activities. meaning those activities that are not under our control, such as the beating of the heart, the breathing, the swallowing of food, meaning all the things that we cannot control on our own. The nervous system can control that also for us. And then the last thing that the nervous system does for us, the function is that it enables us to remember, to think, and to reason. All of these things are because of the nervous system. Now, when we talk about the nervous system, just like how cell is the basic unit of life, same way, the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system is the neuron. Now, neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Any doubts up until now, students?
No.
All right, now you can note it down and then we'll move forward. But before noting down, first you read what is written, then you note down.
I'm done.
Everyone's done?
Yes, ma'am. I'm done.
Everyone's done?
No, 1 minute.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am, done. I'm done.
Everyone's done?
Yes. None, ma'am.
Okay, everyone's done?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Now let us talk about the parts of a neuron. Now we know that neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Now this neuron is made up of three parts. The three parts are cell body, which is also known as cyton, dendrites, and axon. Now, the cyton is the part which has a proper nucleus present in it, and it has a proper cytoplasm present in it. So, the cell body is the main part of the neuron. It is this part. The part that I'm drawing right now, this is the cell body. The cell body can also be called as the cyton. Always remember that. This part that you're seeing, it has a prominent nucleus and then it has the cytoplasm in it. Now, from this, if you can see these root-like structures, these thread-like structures, these are the dendrites of the neuron. Now, these are the projections that come outside from the cell body. Now, then comes the axon. This long part that you're seeing, this whole entire long part, this part from here till here, this part is the axon. So it is the long process or long extension of the cell body. It comes from the cell body. Now, if you can see here, the end portion of the axon, they have bulb-like structures attached onto them. They have these bulb-like structures that are attached onto them. These bulb-like structures are known as nerve endings. Now they are swollen, and what they do is that they are the storehouse of neurotransmitter, meaning they contain a lot of neurotransmitter present inside of them. Now this neuron, on the basis of the presence or absence of myelin sheath, the axon of the neuron can be myelinated, meaning the myelin sheath is present, or it can be non-myelinated, meaning the myelin sheath is absent. So the axon, they are of two types, myelinated and non-myelinated. Any doubts up until now, students?
No, ma'am.
All right. Now you people can note it down and remember to draw this diagram. It's very important to draw the diagram. This diagram is many a times asked in the questions, like in the exams, like draw the structure of a neuron. So you should know what is the structure of neuron. So this is the cell body. These are the dendrites. And then there is the axon. So now you people can note it down and draw the diagram very nicely. Okay.
Ma'am, done. Ma'am, done.
Everyone's done?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, very good. Now see, the impulse or the signal that travels from one neuron to another neuron, it happens through a gap. For example, see here, one neuron is there and then there is the second neuron. So the impulses which come to the neuron number one, they have to be transmitted to the neuron number two. And remember that in between two neurons, there is a space present. And that space in between the neurons is known as a synapse. Now, synapse is the space between two neurons. It is present between the nerve endings of one neuron and the dendrite of another neuron. Now, this synapse is the place when the neurotransmitter is released by one neuron and then it gets received by another neuron. So, the neurotransmitter, once they are released from the nerve endings of neuron number one, then those neurotransmitters, they are received by the dendrites of the neuron number two. This is clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, students, you note this thing down and we'll keep it till here only for today's class. First, you note this down and then you can draw this diagram. Okay. First, you note it down.
Done now.
Everyone's done?
Yes, mom, done.